Hey everybody, Eric here again, and it is time for another prediction video. Some of you people might be wondering, hey, he's holding the camera. Why is he doing that? Well, I feel like changing it up. If you don't like it, you know where to click the close button. But if you enjoy this amazing camera work, please stick around as I give you my predictions for Payback 2014. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I think this is the one pay-per-view out of the year, and we'll see what happens when we get to Battleground, where I'm not really looking forward to it that much. I mean, needless to say, I think there'll be some good matches, but it's already starting off stupid. Like, again, they're doing Hornswoggle versus El Torito in a hair versus mask match. If Hornswoggle wins, Torito has to take off his mask. If Torito wins, he shaves Hornswoggle, I guess. I really don't care. I'm just gonna set that down. No, my arm's getting tired. Alright. I really don't know. And to be honest, I don't care. If I had to pick one, I think El Torito wins because people seem to like him. I don't really appreciate or like what they're doing as far as like him having him win over Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. I think that's extremely stupid. I'm like, if this is their idea of fun entertainment, I'm like, to be completely honest, they're kind of embarrassing people who are actually like just smaller people. It's like, okay, so this is what it's come to, midgets wrestling. But whatever. The last time they did it was alright. I mean, it was stupid, but it was stupid fun. Torito wins. Moving on. Rusev versus Big E. Being someone who really enjoys when they debut like this humongous powerhouse wrestler and he just completely destroys the entire like immediate roster, and usually it's just a jobbers. Like they've had him job to Zack Ryder and Xavier Woods, and out comes Big E, and he just flattens him, lays him out in the middle of the ring. But I think they're gonna start doing some cool things with Rusev. He almost reminds me of like a better like in shape version of Umaga, and I think it's just a matter of time before Rusev just he gets some gold on him. I think he'll end up winning either the U.S. or the Intercontinental title a couple months down the line. So I got Rusev winning that match. We'll save that till last. Bad news: Barrett versus Rob Van Dam. I think I've stated in other videos that I'm not a humongous fan of Rob Van Dam. I think he's I think he's getting old. I think he's not able to perform up to the same degree that he used to years ago. Age is catching up with him. But bad news: Barrett is becoming he's becoming a widely fan favorite. So bad news: Barrett defends, but I still think they put on a decent match. They have a better chemistry than Cesaro and Rob Van Dam did, but that's just because they're two different styles. Sheamus versus Cesaro. This one's a little tough because part of me wants to see Sheamus win that match. Just because I think he's a much better performer than Sheamus. Did I say so? Yeah, sorry, I'm like completely burnt out right now. I had a crazy week. Yeah, I believe I said I would prefer to see Cesaro win. I think he's a much better natural athlete. Sheamus is not really picking up any momentum right now. They kind of need to put him in a different direction. But I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd like to see Cesaro win and hold the United States title again. Now that they're kind of having him do like I guess this heel run with Paul Heyman. I mean, why not? But if I had to pick who I thought was going to win, I picked Cesaro to win. But part of me thinks he's not going to. You know what? Screw it. I feel Cesaro wins. End of story. If Sheamus wins, cool, whatever. Divas Championship match, Paige versus Alicia Fox. Paige wins. End of story. There's obviously some issues going on in the locker room as far as what's going on with them finding decent enough talent to go up against Paige. They had Alicia Fox win a couple weeks ago, and I don't know what they're doing with her character. Not that I was ever really into her character to begin with, but she wins a match, she loses a match, she freaks out outside of the ring. I'm like, okay, you're supposed to be like a combination of AJ and Paige, but Paige wins the match, and it sets up for a big Divas title bouts coming up over the summer. I would really like to see Paige maybe get a rematch with AJ sometime in the future, because that never happened. Or maybe if they had her square off against someone else, like I don't know, like one of the Bellas, or maybe even Natalya, because she's a pretty good performer too. But Paige wins. What else? Yeah, John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. This one, I want to see Bray Wyatt win. I have next to no expectation for John Cena anymore, only because his character and what they have going on for him is so boring and so dull that I purposely have not watched the end of SmackDown and Raw, because I am so sick and tired of him teaming with the Usos. It does not make any sense. It's pointless. And not only that, but they were doing it for a month straight, just so he could have a chance against the Wyatts. And that's what people's argument is. Oh, well, Cena can't face him alone. I'm like, well, okay, but this is the same guy that's like, oh, I'll take all of you down, and he's been doing that his way for years. It's always been him against many. Yeah, he'll have a people behind him when he really needs to, but it's just so boring. I'm like, we don't need to see another 6-man tag match with Cena and the Usos. Split it up. I'm surprised they didn't have a tag team match for Payback, where they were going to have Usos defend against the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Like, why not? But yeah, Cena's getting stale. A lot of people are getting really bored with what he's doing. Cena wins at WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt wins at Extreme Rules. This is the final nail in the coffin. I would like to think it is. Bray Wyatt wins. I look forward to seeing that happen. If they have Cena win, there's gonna be a reason why, a much bigger reason why. If they don't, then it's pretty much just a waste of time, because no one really cares to see Cena continuously win, gets a title, does nothing, loses it, and then it's like, I am the massive underdog. Whatever, dude. You've held a title nearly as many times as Ric Flair. Shut up. Sorry, I'm seeing it out. And I believe it's the last match of the night, if they don't do Wyatt and Cena last. It's the rematch from Extreme Rules, The Shield versus Evolution, in a no-holds-barred elimination match. This one is also tricky, because I think Evolution wins this match, because they're obviously going to be fighting dirty. And I know I've said this over in the fall, but I think this may be the match that the Shield maybe starts going their own way. They're picking up a lot of good credentials. They're getting they're picking up a lot of momentum. I think it's time they start going on their different ways. Especially now, since we have no idea what they're going to be doing with Daniel Bryan. Which, by the way, that whole thing is stupid. Oh, surrender your title, or your wife loses her job. I'm like, do we not remember what happened in the fall with Big Show, where all they did was threaten and force him to do things? Then he's like, oh, I'm going to sue you. I'm like, this is called harassment. Why don't you just do this? Like, whatever. So, who knows what's going to happen? I think Evolution wins, but it's going to be a very cheap win. It's going to be a great match regardless. Payback to me, feels like it's one of those pay-per-views where they have like a couple okay matches, maybe like one really good one, and the rest is just crap. Last year was a little different. This year, I think it's seriously lacking as far as like quality goes. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say this is gonna be like a solid 5 out of 10. It's just gonna be okay, mediocre, but it'll still be enjoyable. If you have the network, check it out. If not, just don't bother. But yep, that is my prediction for Payback, and I will see you all later.